Hello everyone, welcome back for another video tutorial. For this video, we will focus our study on making a table of data, and we also will trying to decorate the table with the help of a styling framework called BootStrap. Okay, we are going to use the same data that we have in the previous example. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we have here. So in the previous example, we show just a single column, which is the product names. So in case we want to make it become a table, this is what we have to do. So go back to your code and over here. So we just have to create the table tag here. So in this case, I can say table, and inside table we're gonna have a header rows. The header row will act as the header for the table. So we're gonna need to have ID. Let's copy this for to support any other columns. I think we have 3 more for the ID, names, price, and QTY. Now this is just the header of the column. So if you go back to our and make our web browsers and refresh it, it's going to show this already. Okay, so we are going to also put the border for table. So let's put border equal to 1. So that will apply the border for your columns. Now the only things that is left off is we have to show all the column of each objects. So each row will be represented for each object for the products. So in here we just have to move this syntax right here, but before right here, and each time we do the looping, we would like to create the new row. So we're gonna say we're creating the tr tag, and inside the tr tag we're gonna have the column tags as well, and that representation for add products dot id. So this is the first data for the first column. We do the same thing for the last. So this should be product.name, price, and QTY. Save this and refresh this, and it's going to give us the results in the table format. Now the other remarks that you should notice is that whenever we when we go to the view, like action number 7, we got another view. We go to edit, we got another view, but all of the view that we have is in the middle, and we also have the header part here, and we also have the footer part here. How this happened? Well, that is because if you look at your project folders, and inside the chat folder here, there is a file called _layout.chhtml. This one will act as the template. This is the skeleton for your look and feel. Your view for your presentations. So in here we have the header part to show navigation bar. We also have the footer part, so that over here, when you compare this result to your actual view, now I have header part right here. We also have footer part right here, and our view show in the middle. Each time we return the view with this command, when we return the view, you know what happened behind the scene? It's actually go to our layout and then call this function render bodies, and this render body will look at the view. For example, it is going to take all the content right here and then put it in between. So each time, that's why when you move to the new view, the contents will be changed and it's put in the middle. Okay, so that's the representation. One more thing, in the index file is also make use of a couple frameworks. One of them is jQuery. This is for dynamic text manipulations. We're gonna talk about this later on. And also one of the other interesting framework is called BootStrap. BootStrap is open source frameworks that allow us to decorate our web components so that it look much more professional. Okay, so now it's already been referenced in our project. So what we need to do is we just have to find out how to use it. So if you go online and look at BootStrap and look at table. Now it's going to go to this reference, and what we could do is I can go to the documentation, and you can see that now I like to see the table that look like this. What should I do? What I need to do is just apply the class table into my table tag with the use of BootStrap. Now if I go back to my edit views, and if I apply the class table, this way the system will look up this class table from BootStrap frameworks and then decorates our table automatically. So now if we go back here, since we already applied the table class, so now this one look totally different from the previous format. Now we have responsive style of table. Whenever you adjust the size of the screen, the width of the table will be adjusted automatically. Okay, so this is the good thing about BootStrap. Okay, now let's go back to the documentation one more time. And what I'm going to do next is I am going to apply some styling to see if this is working. Now, so how about if I put table strip? So I'm going to apply table strip this way. So let me copy this. Okay, and then apply it right here in the same location. So we're gonna have multiple class for this tag table, and I'm going to refresh my view. So refresh it, and you can see that as soon as I apply this table strip, the odd column will have different background color. Okay, so that allows us to have more professional views as well. It's more easier to look at. In the documentations also, it has more functionality. You can turn it into black color. You can have borders as well. So you can also apply some other property like hover, okay, like this. So let me try this hover things. Is interesting to me. So let me put this class into our tags also. Let me put it right here, save it, and refresh our previous example. And you can see that each time when I hover each row, it's going to show hovering effect, so that look more professional as well. There are more in terms of making the table look more interesting. Okay, so you can look at this documents, and you can try to apply different classes to see do you get your results or not. Okay, so hopefully this would allow you to start working on with your web application. So now we have already completed the part of controller and the view with the declaration and dynamic data representations. Now the next step is we are going to revisit our model. Now our model has been treated as the just each time when we like to return something like this, we have to create it manually each time, which is not desirable because those collection is usually represented as the persistent data in the database. So in the next video tutorial, we are going to show you how to equip your projects so that you can talk to database and persist your object data. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.